Hey guys, MDisc75 here, and today I will be showing you my turret mod for the ATRT from the 75280 501st Clone Troopers set. So here is the ATRT as it comes built in the set. As you can see, it just has a very simple turret, which just is a ball joint connected to a stud shooter, which, if you are familiar with ATRTs in Star Wars, is not the most accurate portrayal of this vehicle that we've ever seen. So, in light of this, to make this set more displayable and more usable in broader contexts while retaining the playability, I've modified the ATRT from this set to have more of a turret and barrel and stuff, which makes it look much more accurate to the source material. So we're going to be taking a look at this today, and I will be showing you how you can modify your very own ATRTs from this set to have this same setup. So without further ado, let's just take a look at what's going on here. If you're interested in seeing this particular set in more detail, I do have a review of it on my channel, which is linked below for you to go check out. So just taking a look at the turret here, it is still connected on a ball joint just like the one in the set is. So you do get some side-to-side motion as well as some up and down motion. I do believe that due to the size of this extension, the motion is slightly more limited, but it's really not in ways that I consider to be very important. So you should still get a decent amount of motion from this. Unfortunately, you can't shoot its feet, but other than that, it's pretty much the same range of motion. Additionally, you do still have the stud shooter down here, which you can still fire off like so. So that is cool, and the set does include extras if you need them, but just don't lose the first one. So that's really all for this mod. It is a very simple mod. The only thing I've changed is the turret. The rest of this set still functions and is built to how it is in the set, barring a couple minor changes that had to be made to the set chassis in order to install the turret. But really, it's only minor changes, nothing major, nothing like an overhaul where we take the whole set apart and basically rebuild it. So with that all said, that's pretty much all for this mod. So now that we've seen it, I'm going to show you guys how you can modify your own ATRTs to have this same setup here. I will say though is that for the most part that is very common pieces are used in this mod, but there is one slightly uncommon piece which you may need to order separately online. I know I certainly did because I did not have very many of them. So if you're interested in modifying the set, stay tuned. If not, that's the video pretty much for you. And I will say before we get into modifying this is that you are welcome to modify this set in this way. If you want to and you have the pieces, I won't stop you. But I do request that if you are going to use this modified version of the set in social media posts, mocks, videos, what have you, that you link back to this video in order to give proper credit for the modification. So without further ado, let's get into the modification. These are the pieces that will be required to complete this mod. The fairly uncommon piece is this bar, which is a one long bar with the kind of small ball joint on the end. That is a fairly uncommon piece. When I did this, I had to order a couple of those separately just to complete this mod on a couple of the ATRTs that I possess. However, I think the rest of these are fairly common pieces that you shouldn't have any trouble gathering if you have a fairly substantial LEGO collection. So pause the video, go grab these pieces if you're going to do the mod. If not, then we will continue on. So pause the video if you want to go get the parts, otherwise let's continue. So now for the actual modification. First thing we're going to do is we are going to remove the turret itself from the ATRT, and we're going to separate this 1x2 plate with the receiver end for the ball joint here and the stud shooter. You can do whatever you want with this. We are not going to be using it, but keep the stud shooter on because we will need it. So next thing to do is going to be to remove this whole front shield section from the walker. And this can come apart with some of the extra kind of pieces here. If it does, just put them back. We're not going to be doing anything to them. So now that you've got this separated, there's a couple things you're going to need to do. And first, I would recommend taking off the bottom section like this. You can put the rest of this back on, or you can just leave it off. Whatever you want to do, as long as it makes it back onto the walker. So yeah, next thing you're going to want to do is take this 1x2 plate off, which I just threw on my floor. You're going to want to take this one also off the top here, and then this plate as well here. So take all those pieces off, you're going to replace them with a 2x3 black plate. So that just goes on like that, and then you're going to want to take one of your 1x2 plates and then just replace it right there. Then last thing to do to this is come back to the front, take off the 2x2 blue tile with the sticker on it, which will expose this 1x2 plate, which you're going to want to remove and then replace with the 1x2 plate with the receiver end for the ball joint on. So put that there, then put the plate with the sticker back on, and then return this to the walker like so. And then you have modified all that you need to modify of the walker to actually get it ready for this modification. So now we will get on to the actual turret build itself, which is fairly simple. You're going to want to take this piece here, take the stud shooter, and then just place it on the bottom of the brick like so. Take the 1x1 by 2/3 slope piece and place that on the bottom of the stud shooter. Take your two studs in light gray and place them on either side right here so that it looks like so. Take your one long bar with the ball joint on the end and push it in as far as it will go on this back portion of the headlight piece, or the stoplight piece, my bad. And then you're going to want to take your 4 long light gray bar and then push that as far as it will go in the front there. And then you're going to want to take your light gray lightsaber hilts and then just place that on the front so that this end of the lightsaber is out towards the front and the more round end is towards the rest of the barrel setup. So once you've got this built, which again, pause if you need to build this because I went through this fairly quickly, you're going to take this and then just place the ball joint here and the socket here. Snap those on and you have successfully modified your ATRT to have the upgraded barrel. So that's pretty cool. Very exciting to see that. And that is going to actually wrap up this video. This is a fairly simple modification if I do say so myself, but I do think that it does do quite a lot to improve the look of these walkers, especially if you're going to be using them in mocks or stop motions or other such videos. If you're wondering what pieces you should have left over after this mod, you should have this piece here, which is the 2x2 black plate with the hole in the center and the ball joint extending off of it. You should have the 1x2 light gray plate with the socket on it, and you should have 2 of these 1x2 light gray plates. So if you have other pieces besides those, or if you don't have those pieces left over, you screwed something up, and I suggest you go back and you look at the rest of the video to figure out where you went wrong. But if you have those pieces left over, that means that you have done the mod successfully, and now your ATRT is ready to rock and roll with an upgraded barrel. So that is going to be concluding this video. Let me know what you think of this down in the comment section below. If you have not seen my review of this set, feel free to go check it out if you want to see more of this set explained other than just the walker. But that is going to be it for now. Thanks everybody so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.